Hey guys, I want to show you Golden Gate Park and some of the things around it. And it's important to take into context with the recent revelation of the concealment of these types of sites within public works and infrastructure, city planning, and specifically golf courses. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shoot you straight. You're looking at a series of giants that are, you know, well preserved within the metropolitan area of San Francisco here, and it is not exclusive to San Francisco. These are very unique, as they all are, and you're going to see that. I'm going to let you get a first-hand look at this, and this has been preserved because they knew what it was, and that is the kind of foundational thing to understand as we move forward. There has been a group that has known that these remnants remain in their plethora of different form, and so many different systems have been reverse engineered from this. We're talking about fiber optics, we're talking about all manner of different chips, etc., for computing. And this was done, and even the telegraph system and the telephone. And so we can get into that at another time, but I want you to look at this creature. You can see the legs really pronounced there and the head up here. It kind of cones off and it's got the road there, but keep an eye. And a lot of times they'll even put the eyes right where they go. And they do this very specifically. In this specific case, you're looking for things that are anatomically correct when you're doing this, and you're looking for patterns. Even the penis on this is enunciated in such a way right there, right here. And so you can see the whole form of him as he comes down. Okay? That's what you're looking at there. That's Golden Gate Park. Okay? If we want to look over here, we can see another mound here. Let's take a look at that form. You can see the leg bent. You can see that's actually a couple of different larger creatures there that have been kind of immortalized there. And this is not an uncommon feature for a metropolitan area. It's very common, and it's amazing how well the architects and others have integrated their city planning into these types of features which were pre-existing. It's a work of art, and they're specifically very talented. I can assure you that some of these architects are just, dying to let you know how exquisite their work is, I think, in some regard, but also just to let you know what's been going on. And so that's a big push for disclosure, and I'm going to kind of leave that right there, but let me give you a quick look at some older images of Golden Gate Park. This is an illustration, but oops. It's a pretty good one. And you can see there the mounds and the other things associated with it. And that's interesting to think. Let me go ahead and publish that. And I'll go ahead and put that up. But let's look at the Hopewell Earthworks real quick. This is the golf course. Okay. It's oftentimes there's creatures. You can see the circular features in there. It used to be that people thought, and that's what I thought, it was that, these giants are housed inside of the mounds. It's actually usually the inverse of that, and the mounds are actually built into the remnants of the giants. And so we see that in Antarctica unequivocally, and it's a very good example, but we also see it here. In fact, I was talking to a gentleman the other day up at a facility that is, within this site. They make chips, and the technology which they got was from inside of this exoskeleton of a creature that was, on the scale of what we see here. This big, even bigger than that, in fact. This is like a baby compared to that, in fact. And it looks like these suits are kind of biomechanical. They're bio nanotechnology, and they're ultimately an exoskeleton that is controlled by a much smaller conscious entity of a biological nature. And so that's an interesting component, because the technological aspects of the bigger exoskeletons are what we've been reverse engineering for so long here, and it's been the source of a lot of technology and research and development. So I'm going to leave that right there. Look at this huge creature that is, right here. That's Golden Gate Park. You can see the anatomical, symmetry there. That's what we look for. The eyes are a little bit offset on this one. I'll use eyes a lot to get a bearing. And don't forget, when we see one of that big, there are more than that almost every time, due to the flood scenario. The biggest ones kind of became like a life preserver, if you like, and they were kind of the last refuge of the ones that were smaller, and that's how they died. And this is the way that they are preserved all over the earth. Okay, love you guys. Talk to you later.